Coming at you from the Staples Center in beautiful downtown Los Angeles as the Clippers prepare to take the floor. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. The Washington Wizards coming to this one following a loss to Phoenix. And now Washington's starting group. They've got Jonas Valanciunas, Skal Labissiere out there with Young. Then there's Bradley, and it's Westbrook in the one spot. And the shot goes down. And this one features, Chris, two of the more athletic teams in the league. That makes a pretty good setup for us tonight.
Oh, this is the perfect father-son, mother-daughter, family game to go to. This is one of those games you'll enjoy and remember your whole life. I mean, the highlights, you'll remember where you were. Something special is going to happen tonight. Trust me.
Valanciunas in the high post. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates. Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
The Wizards working the ball around now. Back to Labissiere. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him. Westbrook kicks to Young. Misses the three. Wizards on D. There's Hollis Jefferson. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
You know there's no way that's going to get blocked. He just has to rise up and drag.
Westbrook kicks to Valanciunas. Outside Westbrook. From downtown. He's off on that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Goes back up. Lynn. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Picked by Horford. A second chance effort. Hollis Jefferson, good.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
And you'll hear some say the sleeper of that 2015 draft was Rondé Hollis Jefferson. I mean, a fractured ankle his rookie season limited him to just those 29 games. But when healthy, he's shown he can be a force defensively.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Young in the corner. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 6 points.
And really, Lin has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Here's Westbrook. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Westbrook's got his second basket.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
And you look at the Clippers post Chris Paul. The team is still in a position to compete.
I think they had to fill in gaps when players left, but I really like the job they've done overall. I mean, they have good inside and outside presence. Not the same, but they aren't in a horrible spot.
And some very quick points for him on that possession. He has 6.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. To the inside. Here's Bradley. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Clippers get called for the foul.
The ability to draw contact and get to the line is a great tool for any player to have, but it's really a bonus for perimeter players like Brad.
Now here's Lynn. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lynn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Horford. Lynn kicks to Jokic. Shot clock reset for Los Angeles. Tries a 3. No good. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Out to the right wing. This year, dishes to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Here's Lynn. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And when you look at the younger generation of players coming in now, Chris, of course, you do the interviews, you see them, you talk to them. Is it easy for you to relate to these younger players?
Yeah, it's definitely easy to relate to them. I think that our generation had a lot of influence on their style, their kind of expression of self, just as the generations before us did, and we have that unique bond. I think that's one of the advantages that I have, that I've known some of these players since they've been young. I know their habits, I know that they're good kids, good individuals, and they just express themselves differently. You know, do I like the way they come into the game dressed? I don't know, Ozzy Osbourne and Run DMC mixed? Nah, I don't like that. But people used to say that about my style and my clothes too, Kevin. I'm sure they did that about you too, you know. So, man, I just love it. I just take it as we have some of the best players that fans have seen, and I'm just enjoying everything from wild clothes to the music to their style. But no, it's not hard to relate to them, man, because
Chris, just for the record, they never said that about me. I always
yeah, you always set the trend.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And you look back to last season, the Wizards started slow, but something clicked for them halfway through the year, Chris, and they were able to turn things around.
Well, just with all the talk about how the Wizards should rebuild, it seems like they pulled it together. They took some time to get things right with the new coach, and the lead stripe on the team disappeared once they started winning.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The feed now to Randolph. Here's Jokic. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Wizards leading by 5. Here's Bradley. Pull up Jay. Jokic grabs the miss.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And so it's the Washington Wizards heading to the bench. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one? And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step. And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
Clippers trail by 7. They've got Harris. Jones is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's just straightforward basketball from Harris. Driving to the hoop with purpose and not letting anyone, or anything for that matter, slow him down.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Westbrook missing again. And there's Devin Harris on the assist by Jones. Harris has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, getting there is before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, we know the Clippers are one of the best teams in the league, but are they good enough to win it all? Coach Doc Rivers talked about overcoming the super teams they face. He said the big three in Boston, put them together, bam, we won. We had Miami, Golden State, but there are teams that still poke through. Dallas did it, and that's what we're trying to do. Kevin?
And with Doc in control, the Clippers, DA, they'll always be in contention for a title. Thanks so much for that terrific report. From deep, Green, offensive rebound. Westbrook against Harris. 1 on the clock. And Sanders throws it down.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
But guys, the defense knows he has this ability, correct? Yet no one thinks to put a body on him? Incredible.
Wizards leading by 7. Shot from the wing. And again, it's Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Green, the pass to Westbrook. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle. How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Harris has got the ball. Jones kicks to Harris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Bradley. Out to the right wing. For 3, Harris drains it from beyond the arc. Harris has got 7.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this second quarter.
Green. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. Passes it to Connaughton. Harris dishes to Jones. It's stolen by Aminu. It's stolen by Harris. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Each more. He's checked in for Bradley. Harris against Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Oh, that was sweet, and that's what makes him so dangerous. Not only can he set up others, but he can also be a big-time finisher.
And Aminu kicks to Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook.
That rebound was up for grabs to get, but his length really was the determining factor in him coming away with it.
Out to Harris. .129 left in the first half. And the Clippers miss again.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
Well, you knew the Clippers would be hit hard in free agency. Losing both Paul and Redick kind of changes the outlook of the team, but still I think they're going to be solid and one that I expect to make the postseason, but I don't think that we can label them as a contender.
Aminu misses.
Well, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open three like that.
Pass to Connaughton. Back to Harris. Jones sets the pick for Harris. 5 on the clock. Here's Connaughton. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far.
He hasn't been very precise at all this quarter.
And Greg with the moves. The era of Lob City, it looks like it's officially over.
Yeah, and it was a fun run, but the team just, one, couldn't stay healthy, and they had some bad luck, let's face it, in the postseason. Entertaining group to watch, no doubt about it, but now we start the new era in Clipperland.
Here's Harris. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Westbrook. Second chance shot. And it's Sanders getting it to go. Sanders has got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Connaughton misses the wing J.
Low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little.
And that does it for the first half of play. Wizards out front. They lead by 12. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And as we begin the Clippers trail by 12. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So the Wizards 5 right now. Al-Farouq Aminu is out there with Sanders. And it's Young. Then there's Bradley. And it's Moore in at the 2. 4 on the clock. In the pass to Randolph.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. And Avery Bradley won the national high school title at Findlay Prep and was considered a top 5 prospect. Some had him even at number 1, and still after one season at Texas, he fell to the Celtics at 19 in that 2010 draft.
And here's Moore outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
Oh, that's a brutal giveaway. A pass to no man's land.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Washington. This year comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's sent back by Horford. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And the Wizards making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. 5 to shoot. And he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got the lead up to 12 now for the Wizards.
Oh, well, they got that one to fall, and they need to keep it up after missing the first 3 shots of the half.
Lynn dishes to Randolph. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Horford, no luck. Washington leading now by 12. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Westbrook. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter. Then the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to go on Scalabissiere. And Chris, I know you've been executive producing and hosting various TV shows. You had a great NBA career, obviously, and it seems like you continue to find success. How's that been for you?
Well, I try to take the same lessons I learned in sports. You know, when I first got to Golden State, the first man I searched out was Chris Mullin and found out all of his habits and stole all of his knowledge, and I tried to take that and move forward, and I try to do the same in other areas. I try to work with the best. I try to learn, work hard, work my way up the rookie ladder and see what happens. And so I've just aligned myself with some really great people, some wonderful thinkers and hard workers, and hopefully it'll continue to have fun like I am doing. So it's been a great ride.
You're always learning, right? You never stop learning.
Man, come on. It's not just about a school or a class or one mentor. It's about everyday learning so that you can kind of learn and put people's knowledge with your unique sense of self and make it work. Why not learn on someone else's dime? Why go through life making mistakes when other people can kind of let you know, wait, I did this, you want to think about that, and kind of just put your own playbook together.
Mm-hmm. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. Morris checked in for Avery Bradley. He used that pick to perfection. And it's 29 points for Russell Westbrook.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependent.
The Clippers have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. And that one falls for Lynn.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
Young outside. The 3. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Young's got 6 points.
And a good job taking what the D gives him. He's not going to pass it up with that much space. I like the burst to the bucket right there, but the finish has got to be better.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Westbrook. Jokic grabs the miss.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Moore outside. The pass to Labissiere. A minute 42 left to play in the third. The kick out to Young. Valanciunas with a screen on Lynn. Westbrook, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Chris, you spent a handful of years in Washington. When you look back to that time in your career, is there a favorite moment that stands out to you?
Well, it was early in my career when I was with Washington, and I learned a lot about the league. And I think ending the Washington playoff drought that they have been in for so many years was part of the reason why I wanted to go there, and that was a lot of fun. Making my first All-Star team as well was pretty cool.
An easy layup after coming off the pick. Westbrook's got 31 points.
He has them really. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down again to 13 points with the basket from Lynn. It's Westbrook with the drive, and it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, the way Horford positions himself as the shot goes up. I mean, his defensive instincts are just absolutely fantastic.
Washington calls timeout.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. White, he's checked in for Washington. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. And stolen by Wright. It's stolen by Harris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Harris has got the ball. And the rejection by Valanciunas. 20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Wright, here we go. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Harris inside the line. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will... Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a... Here's Wright. Diallo out there with Reggie Bullock. Then there's Harris. And it's Connaughton in at the two-guard spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And Young kicks to Bradley. The kick out to Wright. Nice ball movement by Washington. Second shot opportunity. Sanders in the post. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
Harris inside. Wright's there. Harris misses. Wizards leading by 13. And it's Bradley off the drive. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Well, some of that, too, is just setting the tone by being aggressive. You need guys like this on your team.
And the Wizards making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. Harris kicks to Connaughton. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Here's Westbrook. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Jokic against Young. Outside, Lynn puts up a 3. Good on the triple. The numbers Westbrook put up last season in his MVP run, Greg, just staggering.
And you figured his numbers would get a bump, but I don't think anybody could have expected this guy to average a triple-double. I mean, arguably the most impactful superstar in the league.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
Lynn dishes to Horford. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I mean, given his massive size, it's easy to see why Horford picks up a lot of shooting fouls.
And Al Horford, a cornerstone player. Chris, he's that straw that certainly stirs the drink.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know he's a winner. I mean, anybody can remember his career from his days at the University of Florida where he won a championship.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Washington.
And the Clippers are known as a high-wire act, and rightfully so with their stars. This team is also one that can at times lock it down defensively. I don't think they get enough credit for what they do on that side of the ball.
Labissiere is checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Hollis Jefferson passes to Jokic. 4 on the clock. Beyond the arc.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Westbrook. Kicks it out to Bradley. There's the triple. That shot missing.
But he's just looked lost on offense. But luckily for him, his teammates have really stepped up in a big way.
The Clippers not a team known for their defense, but quite often the last few years, it's been the deciding factor for them in games.
Yeah, and I think it starts with the pressure they place on ball handlers. They can throw double teams or pick up far out from the hoop. They've got shot blocking inside to erase mistakes as well.
Westbrook kicks to Bradley. And another miss by Washington.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Westbrook's got room, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Westbrook's got 38 points.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
So the wing on the left. The three-pointer, no good.
No reason to chuck that one up there. The D was right in his face, all over him. Not a good decision.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Lynn. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Lynn's got 11 in the second half.
And the way Lynn picks his spots, just knowing his place in the offensive schemes and scoring well as a result.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're in front by 9. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. Washington making some changes. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Skal Labissiere. Green comes in for Young, and Moore subbed in for Bradley. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
He was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. Even though they're ahead, he said, these guys are capable of catching fire. They can score a lot in a little. I don't want to see anybody easing up until the final whistle.
And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
I can't say he wasn't going all out, but he's clearly out of position.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the second of 2 is good. That will push the lead to double digits. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 10. 54 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Luke David, he's checked in for Randall. Reggie Bullock comes in for Jokic. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Devin Harris subbed in for Jeremy Lin.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Washington.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Russell Westbrook.
Well, the biggest impact he had was with his on-the-ball defense. Such quick hands, his steals added up to a lot of extra possessions.
Here's more. He kicks it to Westbrook. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
La concorrenza del rap non è più mite che
Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The fans are making noise here inside the Oracle Arena for their Warriors. Taking a look at Cleveland. They've got to be hoping that the road will be a little kinder to them than their winless homestand they just concluded.
And there's history, some bad blood between these two teams that makes it all the more interesting.
Well, that much more competitive, too, and that's the compelling part here in this matchup. You play so many games in an NBA season. This is the one you get up for.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, they've got Kyle Korver. Steven Adams is out there with Williams. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jones in at the three, the small forward.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Hood kicks to Lynn. 5 to shoot. Got it. Good job in the low post. Warriors on D. Right side George. Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Great effort from Adams there. We know he has that size to take the contact, but determined on that play to get the points.
Nice shot by Lynn.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the Lynn.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Basket good. Lynn's got 6. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And after so many finals runs starting in 2015, Brent, is it natural for a team like the Cavaliers to wear down a bit?
Well, they do have some guys that have played a lot of years in the NBA, so that's a natural cause and effect. But these guys were the defending champs last year, won 51 games, took a couple months off on the defensive end, and then flipped the switch in the playoffs. No doubt about it. Came together and played extremely well through their run in the Eastern Conference.
And it's good, 2 points.
Well, if my counting is right, they've made 4 of their first 5. That's good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Jones, no luck. And the Warriors off to a slow start here. It's a 5-point game. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. George with the ball. He's got 9. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Outside Hood. Lynn kicks to Hood. The pass to Lynn. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Adams. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. George against Hayward. Williams kicks to George. And the rejection by Ajinça. And here we go. Fast break. Lynn's got it. That shot is off. Nice D from Williams. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Nuggets. And George gets it to go.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who is stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
And you look at the way the Warriors went through the postseason last year. The team was certainly on a mission. They swept through the Western Conference, and you could see tremendous laser focus as they tried to avenge that 16 loss to the Cavs.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. The three from George. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Cavs.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Adams sends it back.
Well, Adams quick off his feet there. With that size and length, tough to shoot over.
George dishes to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And something that we heard last season, Brent, with the dominance of the Warriors and also the Cavs, is that fans are worried the league will become too predictable with these two teams.
I kind of love the fact that we had a finals where we had 2 teams competing 3 straight years in a row and all the drama around it. This idea about teams being put together and manufactured, that's happened throughout the course of the NBA's history, Kevin. So I don't really buy much into the conversation about what the Warriors have done and what the Cavs did and what other teams are trying to do. There's a lot of ground out there for general managers and coaching to put together the best talent on the floor and try and win championships. Right now, that's happening in Golden State.
Now, here's Adams. Missile on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
The power of Steven Adams, able to finish through contact, plus he's rewarded with a trip now to the free throw line. Steven Adams can have an impact on the game, certainly defensively, certainly with the screen setting. But how about the character of the center of this basketball team? One of the most quotable players in the league, and he'll never hold back from speaking his mind in an interview. Gotta love his disposition.
And with Adams being so likable and quotable, a lot of it has to do with his incredible wit.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Steven Adams talk show once his career is finished. Or maybe not. Maybe before his career is finished. But when you're the younger sibling, you usually come up with a very refined sense of humor.
Right. Like you, Brent.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
George sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got 17.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes.
And so it's the... And we're ready to get rolling once again here for our Christmas Day matchup. And for the Cavaliers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
A total team effort. Each guy looking to make the extra pass.
Well, as the coach of the team, you just can't ask for anything more. Obviously, this is propelling them to their advantage in the
game. Warriors trail by 17. Jeremy Lin is out there with Rodney Hood. And it's Hayward. Then it's Alexis Ajinça. And it's Kaminsky in at the 4 slot. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Here's McDaniels, defended by Lin. Double team on Thomas. 5 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Bogdanovich just checked in for Lance Thomas. And for the Warriors, they're shooting a putrid 25% from the field. 4-shot selection all around.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lin, dropping it in the face
of the deep.
Just watch the way the Warriors run their offense, and you have to think about the way that Steve Kerr had set things up. So many options and cuts on every play, using the three-point line to spread out the defense and find angles and niches to attack. Rarely relies on the ever-present NBA isolation plays.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Adams. And it's Lance Thomas in for Kyle Korver. Here's Lynn. Tries again. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
And it's the Warriors on the break. Looking to end his cold spell. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting two. And Cleveland gets called for the foul. The Warriors shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
And with the fluid offense that Kerr has the Warriors running right now, Brent, it's as effective as it gets and has been for his whole tenure. The passing is just superb.
Well, it's an unreal offensive system with unreal shooters, Kevin. And so, guys understand that if we keep moving around and we keep moving the ball, everybody's going to have a shot to make a shot and to make the kind of contributions to the team offensively that they're used to. The fantastic part about what Steve's done, though, is the accountability on the defensive end, as Golden State is one of the primetime defenses every year.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Ajinça. Lynn kicks to Hayward. Shoots from the elbow, and it comes off the front of the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
McDaniels passes to Teletovic. Thomas's shot is off. Warriors trailed by 15.
You can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And stolen by Teletovic.
And all the turnovers, guys, are hurting his team. I mean, he's continuing to just give the ball away.
Here's McDaniels, defended by Lynn. And here's Fry for three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And, Brent, we know top-level coaching is an all-in affair. Strategy, motivation, working the officials. But who are some of the most complete coaches in the league right now?
Well, at the top of the list is Greg Popovich and what he does. There's no doubt that the way that he has his team prepared on a nightly basis, carrying out the game plan, the way he works the sidelines, as you mentioned, Kevin, Greg Popovich is the cream of the crop when it comes to NBA coaches.
The Cavaliers leading by 18. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Stolen by Bender. Now the Warriors moving it up. And the basket by Napier.
And you got to love the unselfish play of Bender. When he sees a teammate wide open, he does not hesitate at all to whip the ball over to him.
Outside Bogdanovic. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Bogdanovic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And it's Napier missing.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Hey, Brent, what are some of the biggest differences between NBA play and international play?
I think in international play, and we're moving more and more towards it, Kevin, is possessions oftentimes involve 5 to 6 passes and exploring quick cuts to the basket, big guys away from the hoop, and opening up space around the lane for cutters to get in there and slicing through with passes to get available scoring opportunities. A lot of these coaches have borrowed some sets especially during international competition with the Olympics that they brought back to training camps for the NBA season.
Passing, cutting, shooting. I mean, those are the most attractive things to the naked eye to see and watch.
You know what, Kevin? That sounds a lot like basketball to me.
Yeah, me too. And with the Cavaliers, one of the teams that shoots the most three-pointers in the league, big man Channing Frye is a great fit.
People don't realize just how good Channing Frye shoots the basketball from the three-point line. Over the past 5 or 6 years, not only one of the best big men shooting the three, but one of the best players in the league. And back in Phoenix under Mike D'Antoni, he sort of honed that ability to shoot the three.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. And George, here we go. Nobody near Williams. And the three off target. .114 left now here in the second. Napier kicks to Bender. Miller with a wide open look. Off target from outside.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
He gets it in there. Korver's got his first points in this one.
When you give room to Kyle Korver, he's going to burn you. You have to play up on him and get him to drive.
And Frye kicks to George. And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's George. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Vucevic. To the middle. There's the dish to Bender. And again, no good by Golden State. Here's Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. A look at the field. And for the Warriors, they're shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. So on the floor for Cleveland, Marvin Williams is out there with Jones. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then it's Paul George. And it's Adams in at the 5, down low. Here's Napier. Adams, some nice D.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And there's the 3-second violation.
That's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Some changes for Golden State. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Bender. Gordon Hayward comes in for Darius Miller. And Hood subbed in for Alan Cram.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
10,000 hours of practice at work here, blocking out all distractions and just shooting your shot.
Here's Napier, defended by Jones. Napier dishes to Hayward. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Hayward's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And the Cavs' big three completed with the trade of #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade.
Here's Napier. Not enough on that one as it misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Outside Hood. The three. That one doesn't go. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Here's George. Vucevic with the block. Shoots it. That one wide left.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
Adams, the pass to George. And stolen by Hood. One-on-one fast break. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Cavaliers leading by 20. Hayward against George. Adams, right side. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Napier. The three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Drive by Adams. No good there. Great D that time from Vucevic. Golden State's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Back to Korver. Cleveland moving it around. It's stolen by Vucevic. Hood for 3. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 3 assists now in this one.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
.149 left in the third quarter. Napier kicks to Vucevic.
Clearly a foul. And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description.
Cleveland leading by 16. On the wing, Jones. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And it's Napier missing. Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think 2 things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
Outside Williams. Kept alive. That shot is off. Warriors trailed by 18. Napier kicks to Hayward. That 3 off the mark. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Shabazz Napier. And George, here we go. Vucevic with the block. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Hits it from 3-point range. 6 points for Rodney Hood.
And really, Lin has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Inside. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Drive by Adams. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. And that's now 18 points for Steven Adams.
Hey, you want 3 reasons why Steven Adams is a...
And so it's the And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not we see it so often. A player will languish in one system, then flourish in another. Brent, during your 14-year career, which coach's system fit you the best, you think?
Well, I think my years in Seattle, we opened up the offense a little bit. I had the opportunity to play more of a point off guard. But I also enjoyed the structure of what Greg Popovich's system in San Antonio offered up as well. It's always interesting, Kevin, with players who are languishing on benches for other ball clubs, how general managers start to assess whether that guy can be part of something great if they were to bring him in. I had the opportunity to play for a lot of great coaches and thought that I mixed up my game enough to make it a long career.
We've got Kaminsky, Hood out there with Jeremy Lin, and it's Hayward, and it's Ajinça in a center. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Adams.
Well, Adams on most nights is a complimentary scorer, so let's compliment what he's doing right now.
Warriors trail by 18. Hayward kicks to Hood. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
And Jones over to help. Out to Hood. Back to Lin. Here's Kaminsky. And it's off from three-point range. Here's George with the teardrop. And the layup is good. George has got 21 in the game.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
Fires the three. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Shots good by Williams.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Looking to end the run. And the jam by Ajinça.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
George double teamed. Williams kicks to George. Back to Williams. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Truer words never spoken. Breakdown on the perimeter, D, and the communication severely lacking there.
Kaminsky kicks to Lin. Count the basket.
Even with the defense all over him, Lin buries the J. Outstanding concentration on those kinds of shots.
And George kicks to Adams. Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry and motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now. And they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Lin. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
Double team on Williams. From deep three-point range, Adams dishes to George. Jones, no one around him. Offline with his three. The shot by Hayward, wide open. And the Warriors get it back. Misses the one-handed jam. Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots, and they dodged a bullet there.
They set the screen. Lynn's shot is off. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Steven Adams.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Here's George. Williams for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
On the wing, Jones. The feed to Adams. Kicks it out to Jones. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling. Oh man.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. Feeds it to Korver. Back to George. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it,